you guys would be surprised how, maybe not so surprised, how many people don't really understand what we do.
Right.
They don't understand what you do, they don't understand what I do, and they don't understand why we're friends or why we do things like this. What is a stream? I mean, that exists. That exists strongly. We did. So we are rolling. Yes, I can see the blinking light. Good. All right. So we got stopped in the middle of it, and this is what I want to do.
You wanted to talk to Child One.
I want to finish my story to Child One.
Yes.
No. I think Child One's got the answer. What I want to do is I want to rapid fire answer questions. They sent questions. I don't want to be the guy that didn't answer them. So let's answer.
Okay, done. What is your favorite role and why?
I used to have a lot of different things that I was really proud of given the time that they came out. But now, especially 15 years after it first came out, Dom is head and shoulders above all my characters. All of them.
Maria. Baby, I'm sorry I couldn't bring you home. But you're with the kids now. That's home, yeah? I'll see you all again one day.
I put so much of myself into it. The Maria scene, the spoiler from 10 years ago,
Spoilers,
the death scene. I was able to do something that most don't get to do. I got to tell a story about a fully fleshed person, and I brought so much of it and so much time. It was a 15-year gig that I really don't think there's other characters that I like more than Dom.
When you transcended to DJ land,
Domfather?
Domfather. Because you identify as Dom.
I will tell the exact, not quite so much that, but it is because Dom has had such an imprint on my life.
Have you ever done you're like, okay, what would Dom do?
No,
and you kind of psych yourself out and you want to be really angry at somebody?
No, not at all. No, but I will say this, the Domfather, I didn't come up with that, and I'm never going to take credit for that. Nick Chester from Epic Games, he wrote a story about me being the voice of Michael Corleone, and he did the headline, "The Domfather?" with a question mark.
Oh.
And everybody started, and
they were like, yes.
It was a picture of Al Pacino's body with my head, and people started saying, "Hey, it's the Domfather, it's the Domfather." And I was like, for a DJ that now doesn't DJ in nightclubs, I DJ every now and again for raves at the cons. Domfather. How perfect, because of my two characters and because
when I saw that you mixed, you actually sample something.
I did.
I actually noticed that. I don't know how many other people do that, but I was like, you did that.
Yeah. It's
so
on YouTube.
It's a crossover. I mean, crossovers are allowed now.
Absolutely.
Actually, because crossovers are allowed, and because it's been a while since I've seen you, I wanted to do pizza delivery. What's your favorite Pixar? This is sad.
Don't ask me that.
Oh no!
No. I love Disney and Pixar.
Okay. I also noticed that you posted something.
Yeah, I did.
That was his posting at Mickey Mouse.
Well, this is what it was. It was me sitting next to Mickey, and I said, "This is what we call in show business a hint," and the hint for you guys, for whoever is watching this footage, is. I'm not violating any non-disclosure agreements. I'm just stating a fact that next year in 2022, I may or may not be in a new Disney Plus series that's going to be amazing and incredible and wonderful and spectacular and something to be very, very happy about. But I may not.
I may not.
I may not. Yeah, may or may not.
May or not.
It was Disney. You know what's really amazing is that people started thinking this is a totally real thing. They thought that it had something to do with me either being the voice of Mickey, which I think
oh my god,
which I think would be hilarious, and then or that I would be the. This is a real thing someone said. They said, "You booked Minnie Mouse. What is this?" And I thought, I want to say yes, I booked Minnie Mouse, but no.
Secrets for
years.
Yeah,
secrets. No. It was basically me hinting at the fact that Disney Plus has great shows.
Yeah. So you don't actually have a favorite? You're allowed to have a personal
favorite. I know, but I don't want to. It's hard for me to name favorites.
No, because okay, but kind of maybe tell me a secret.
No, please show me.
Because there's multiple. That's what I'm saying. I have gifts that can change based on that statement.
I would.
And it'd be awkward if I don't actually.
Off the top of my head, I'd say Toy Story.
Well, okay. You know what? Now I can't. I'm just gonna show you all. So I brought pizza delivery, and I was gonna pick the one that would be the most like you, and I actually had Buzz Light.
Oh. My favorites. My favorite character.
Ratatouille.
My favorite.
The crossovers.
The
Crossovers are allowed.
Well, I will say that the claw. Oh, that was my favorite thing. So, so you
perfect.
You did nail it.
Yes, the Alien Incredibles crossover.
So let me see.
Yeah.
No. It's over. We have a winner.
The psychotic one?
No, this is from Monsters Inc. Yes.
Yes, but he's psychotic.
Yeah, no, this. It's over. It's over.
Yay!
We're gonna go in order. Merida, Brave, red hair, etc. But here's a really fun fact. I am the voice of Soap in Call of Duty Online, and he's from Scotland. And when I was picking who I was going to channel, and I could have picked from anybody else. I've said this at cons and panels. This is the first time I've said it in the stream. I'm giving you guys an exclusive for her.
Yes.
For her.
I
channeled Kelly MacDonald, the voice of Merida, and
which sounds like what?
It's a character that sounds like nothing I've ever done in my life. It's from a very specific part of Scotland. Yeah. So I'm doing her, but it's a male character. But I like her voice, and I like that you can understand everything she says, and that it just worked perfectly for this character. So I guess what I'm saying is there's a lot of Merida in Soap in Call of Duty. So yeah, that's a great one.
Soap and Merida.
Yes.
I didn't say that right. Wow.
No, Merida.
Very cool. Well, this is your town.
Take it. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Well, we're really bad at rapid fire.
Yeah, we suck.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, rapid fire. That ensemble cast. What is it like working? One of the things, because you do voice lines, are they consecutive? Do you read with other people reading other lines?
For video games.
Logistically, how does it work?
For video games, you see. For video games, it tends to be we record by ourselves, and we try to save the taxing stuff, the efforts they call them, or the exertions, which is getting shot, getting killed, all that stuff. We leave it for the end because we throw our voices out. So it tends to be at our own pace. So that's why it's important to work by ourselves.
Oh, interesting.
But
okay.
I have the lovely distinction of whenever I do scenes with Marcus Phoenix as Dom, me and John DiMaggio record together, because the chemistry that he and I have, not just for playing the roles for so long, but we've been friends for like over 20 years. So yes, Dom and Marcus are friends in real life. So it helps when we're improvising and coming up with things. So a lot of the funny stuff in Gears, like Monkey Dog, like Who Wants Toast, like
Who Wants Toast? I like them crispy.
Those are John improvising stuff. The way that I say some bitches and I say certain things, that's me kind of improvising and playing with lines. So
that would never die.
It's all those. It's all these things that happen because we're there together.
Yeah,
animation. Andrea Romano, who is she basically I owe a lot of my career to her. She's a wonderful casting director and director of animation for all of the Warner Brothers superheroes and all of the Hanna-Barbera stuff. So Scooby-Doo that I worked on and all the Justice League stuff, we recorded together. So I was in the room with movie stars, actors, voice actors.
Is it completely different? Do you prefer it?
I prefer it, not just because it's cool, because I'm sitting next to my colleagues and people that I admire, but it's always going to be helpful for an actor to see the other person or to hear them. Hearing them in here is one thing, and you can't act off that. I have to.
Oh, and so that's what you hear it through the headset.
Yeah, even though that they're right next to me. I can name some jobs where the person's right in front of me and they're acting like this to me, and I can go right back at them. And as long as we're on microphone, it all works.
Yeah,
and that's always going to be better than us just kind of imagining what would he sound like, what would he look like, what would he sound like, what does he look like? No, it's the person's right there. I had one actor on a thing called Spicy City for HBO Animation. It was a Ralph Bakshi thing for people that know who Ralph Bakshi is. Cool World and stuff like that.
Yes, I'm like grinning right now.
He had all of us together. Yeah. So this actor friend of mine, Alex Fernandez, he was playing this character that was this main character, and I was the other main character, and he's yelling at me and improvising. He went like this to me, and he hit me in the forehead, and he did it accidentally, and I reacted appropriately, like, man. The F.
Yeah.
But he's my friend. We went to grad school together in San Francisco.
So he got away with it.
So he got away with it, kinda. But I was like, that was kind of an out of control actor thing.
I agree.
Like that doesn't really. It's too method. It doesn't really help. Well, I was like that at the time, and I was like, dude. And he's like, I'm sorry. So it was fine at the time. Well, if you watch, and it's on YouTube for free. If you watch Spicy City, Mono's hands, they drew it. They animated it. Because the animators are there. So he goes, you put up your nose, and he goes like this, and you see him do it the way he did it, and you see me go the same way that I would do it because it was a bit and it worked. So that's pretty cool. So being together can be great, and I do prefer it.
Yeah. Is that also why you mentioned in the previous interview, I guess that we did
extensive 30 minutes.
For the Boys and Girls Club, by all means, check that stream out if you missed it. But you did mention that you prefer voice acting now, or was that
not that I prefer it? Is that I've grown to appreciate it. Because there was a time where voiceover was limited to commercials for like Roman meal bread, or for Caldwell Banker, or for it was commercial voiceover was where it was lucrative and there were union jobs and you could do well with them.
I remember too. I remember when you would have voiceover work and it'd be just this long list of people, but not who voiced what.
Oh yeah,
and
the
it was
cast.
Just like it was the cast.
Just the cast. Yeah, absolutely.
It was like you don't get to know who was behind the voice.
And
go ahead.
that's all changed. Animation also was limited on television to The Simpsons. That's it. And then Fox Animation. Seth MacFarlane built all these cartoons that now we all have in our consciousness always. And other channels start doing their animated shows and dipping their toe in the water, so to speak. And all of those things did not exist before. So again, I started being like, wow, this is not like a part of acting that I do every now and again. This can be a really strong part of acting, and I'm good at it. Like I can do different characters and voices and things, and
that was
sustain
relatively
voices.
Early in the game before people even understood that voice actors were a thing. Right?
Absolutely,
you were OG.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'll take it. Yeah.
I think that's fair. I mean, I said I'm OG YouTube, but it's like back when YouTube nobody could monetize it.
We've known each other for over 10 years.
I know.
That's OG.
That's OG.
That's OG.
We're OGs.
We're OG.
OGs. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, more questions. Let's see. Red shirt and Star Trek. We already talked. No, did we talk about that? Oh my gosh, how cute.
Just read it.
What? How much do you get paid?
Oh, plenty. No.
Yeah.
I do say this though. Everybody that is an actor, we, as much as we would do our job for free because we love it so much, when you approach art, a creative endeavor, as a business, and it becomes part of how you pay your bills, your health insurance, and all that, you start to notice people chipping away percentages, and you notice exactly how much your manager or your agent or both, or how much you lost to taxes and an old lien, or how much you know what I'm saying, how much you're losing to every single person that has a hand, your dues to your union, all these things, and you end up, when people say, man, he made that much money on that, that's incredible. Well, yeah, on paper it's pretty incredible, but the reality is some of us only get a portion of that because we've been in it so long, and we have a team that has to get theirs, and I respect the construct. It's just that if someone's going to ask how much do you make, we do well. We do well, but it's not like, I don't think anybody short of movie stars that goes, to get me to attach my name to this, like
royalties.
There's a lot of movie stars that are in voiceover that have never been in a recording booth like that, like we are all the time, and some take to it really well, some don't even care for it, but they're getting paid a lot more than any of us would ever get paid. Yeah, it really varies. I think,
is that why? Because of the respect now people have for voice actors they didn't before. You have like Kirsten Bell. You have all these other really.
But Kirsten Bell is a really good name to pull up.
But
she's great at it. Like she belongs in the booth.
Yeah, definitely.
And she's also like one of the most talented actors.
Thank you.
Period. Like
thank you.
She's a genius.
I love it.
She's great. And so when someone is that funny, that talented, that great, yeah, sure, they're worth every cent. I guess what I was getting at is that sometimes the money sounds that you hear about, they say people are making. Yeah, I mean, me and a couple of my colleagues, we do really well, but it's all relative. It's all relative to where the money's really going.
And that's an interesting point, like in the context of the industry, and you just mentioned agent, management,
all that.
Actors,
unions.
Do they have a voice actors guild?
It's part of SAG and AFTRA. That's the agreement of SAG AFTRA. Yeah, it's always. I mean, I'm a union guy, and I've been for most of my life.
Yeah,
so,
I don't even know what that would like for creatives, because streamers, like we have streamers
it's a whole different
that are
thing.
Screaming over us probably.
But all of that is changing. I mean, I say this all the time. I've never been resistant to change or evolution in my industry because I've seen a lot of them being OG.
Yeah.
So the idea that, you know, creators and you know, YouTube creators, streamers, that they're what is it called? They're frontiersmen. They are forging pioneering a new frontier, and they're sorting out things that, you know, I remember when they were sorting out these things for my union. In fact, voiceover, because it's become so popular, because all these new streaming services like Netflix and Hulu and all, my union had to sort out the correct agreement for video games versus cartoons versus English dubs for you know, things. All of that stuff is relatively new in the last 10, 15 years. And so they've had to sort it out. So it's only a matter of time where creatives and creators, I should say, and streamers, that they also get involved in that discussion. It doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow, but I see it on the horizon. Because
is that exciting to you? Is it scary to you?
No, I'm always excited about show business being show business. Show business is. Do you
hire out as consultancy? Because you could probably like.
This one.
I was like, teach us, Obi-Wan. We are the young Padawans. I
teach. The closest I get is I teach about once or twice a year, and it's amazing to do so, because I didn't think I'd end up doing that. But here comes the big. Don't trip over the big name drop. I teach at Vassar. I teach at. I was an artist in residence at Cornell, so I teach at Cornell, and I teach the Tokyo School of Animation and the Osaka School of Broadcast. And all of these people, they do know my work, and they want to ask these $1 million questions, and I'm happy to provide them, and it's always exciting. I'm never resistant to young people or what they bring to the table, because I've been that, and in some ways I continue to be the generation that gets video games. You guys would be surprised, how maybe not so surprised, how many people don't really understand what we do.
Right.
They don't understand what you do, they don't understand what I do, and they don't understand why we're friends or why we do things like this. What is a stream? I mean, that exists. That exists strongly. And I'm always down to show up
because
for half an hour.
You're kind of in a bubble, right? Like you see what's surrounding you.
Yeah. To show up.
I think they waved at us.
To shut up?
They waved at me. Well, not to you to shut up. You don't get to shut up. That you get paid not to shut up. But
we are going to wrap this up, listeners, and that's okay.
Yes.
Because you're going to go do your
I'm going to do the other thing wherever. Oh, my phone is attached.
All right. So we tried to
see you in another 10 years.
And we will see you in another 10 years. But
where our heads will be preserved in a jar, like Futurama style.
I'm really grateful. Thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Take it easy.